Right, let's continue our rolling coverage with regard to the by-elections. I want to take you now to KwaZulu-Natal as we crisscross the country regarding today's by-elections. Our reporter Simphiwe Makhanya is standing by. Simphiwe, a very good morning to you. What's the situation where you are?
Good morning to you, Blaine, and good morning to the viewers at home. We are in the central Durban CBD in Ward 32. In KwaZulu-Natal, Blaine, as you know, there are 12 wards which will be contested by various political parties as well as independent candidates. Where we are, Blaine, I'm just going to step out of the shot to give you a picture of how the situation is looking like. You've got those who are representing various political parties that are going to be contesting these elections. I've got the ANC as well as the Economic Freedom Fighters, and there's also an IFP representative who coming here to actually woo voters for the last time, as they are expected to head into that important room where they will be then expected to make their voice heard. Earlier on, Blaine, we did speak to the chairperson of the IEC, Mr. Glen Mashinini, who said that overall the picture is looking good. There have not been any disturbances in terms of the processes. He assured those who will be coming to various voting stations that they will be safe, because protective equipment will be actually provided to both the workers as well as those who will be expected to actually enter the voting stations. About 3 days ago, Blaine, the province of KwaZulu-Natal has been experiencing rains, heavy rains for that matter. It has stopped just for a little bit, but throughout the morning it's been raining. Let's listen to the chairperson of the IEC, Mr. Glen Mashinini, earlier on.
Conducting these by-elections after there had been a suspension since March. So as the Commission, we were very anxious and concerned that the backlog of local government elections must be dealt with. And after the President's announcement of level 1, which also enabled that we can then resume electoral activities, we were then in a position that we are now running these elections. Now, these particular elections, as we are conducting them, they are conducted under the COVID pandemic conditions. So the most critical thing for us is that we wanted to have this as a dry run in preparations for next year's local government elections. So it gives us a good opportunity to be in a position to see exactly how to actually run the elections under COVID. And so in the inspections that one is doing and visiting the different voting stations throughout the province, it's just to make that assessment. And it is quite pleasing to see the preparations, the equipment, the gear that meets the standards that we have set for ourselves. We had to benchmark with other international best practices under COVID, and so far we are very proud of what is underway. But further to that, the training had to be adapted. We moved to the online training, and this is another innovation that we are pursuing to ensure that the people are trained, but we adhere to the highest standards of protection of life and safety of both our personnel as well as the voters. And the feedback that I've received from the personnel in this voting station, as well as those who came to vote, they are all saying thumbs up to the Electoral Commission. And we can only now say this provides us a good prototype for future plans.
Good prototype for future plans. I guess it's a good litmus test for the local government elections. Out of the 95 by-elections, Simphiwe, 12 are in KwaZulu-Natal across 9 municipalities. From what you've seen in terms of the voting stations that you have been to, are people adhering to the health and safety protocols when voting?
certainly they are playing. And in fact, as you enter the voting station, you are required to have your mask on, and the electoral officers who are conducting the elections will then sanitize you before you even touch whatever paper or pen that is actually placed on the table. When we spoke to the chairperson Brain earlier on, Mr. Glen Mashinini, he did say that they will not be allowing anyone to enter the voting station without wearing any form of protective equipment, protective equipment such as your mask. But the situation in KwaZulu-Natal overall has been smooth.
Yeah.
But the question, Blaine, that many people would be asking is, will the voter turnout be pleasing? Because from where I am currently standing, Blaine, I can tell you that I can see quite a number of party agents trying to woo voters, but not too many people, Blaine, are making their way into that very important voting booth. Blaine?
All right, Simphiwe Makhanya live for us there in the port city of Durban. We thank you very much indeed, sir, for